So here I have the crazy bubble bouncing, and I just stopped the motion for a little while. And so now I'm creating a new variable called canvas. And so this variable is going to store the canvas. So here we're putting the canvas inside the canvas variable. And now I'm putting the mouse pressed function on the canvas variable and basically on the canvas that's inside the variable. And so it calls the change C function. And so here I'm creating the function called change C. And so this is a function that will be called when the user clicks on the canvas. And so now I'm creating a variable called BG color. So this is going to hold the background color of the canvas. And so I'm making it 200, which is the same shade of gray that we have now. So if I'm going to create a variable that holds the same color, why bother? Like, why make this variable? So here we see that where we created the canvas, we put it into the canvas variable, and then we put the mouse pressed function on the canvas. And when the user presses the canvas, it calls the change C function. And here is a breakdown of the mouse press function. First, we have the variable that we put it on. We use the dot syntax to attach the mouse press function to the canvas. When the user presses the canvas, it calls the change C function. So now I'm changing the value of the background function. So why would we bother doing this? Why would we change the background command to the background color variable instead of just hard coding it with a number like 200? So the reason is because we can change the value of variables. And that's what we're going to do. So here we see the breakdown of the background function. So background is a keyword, and inside the background function is the BG color variable. It holds the color of the canvas. So now we see a visual breakdown. First, the canvas is put inside the canvas variable. So here we see the BG color variable is given the color of the canvas, which is light gray. So then we attach the mouse press function to the canvas. So it's listening for the user to click on the canvas. So when the event occurs, it triggers the change C function. And what happens is that a random color is put into the BG color variable, and that changes the color of the canvas. So now inside the change C function, I'm putting the BG color variable, and I'm using the color function. And I'm using 3 random colors that are going to be mixed together to produce a color that will go into the BG color variable. The first color is red, the second color is green, and the third color is blue. So I'm saving and I'm refreshing, and then I'm clicking on the canvas, and we can see that it changes color. So what's happening is that the random command takes a number between 0 and 255. So in this case, usually there's 2 parameters, but if we just put one number in, P5 will know that we mean 0 to whatever number that we give it. So when we use it 3 times, we're giving it random colors. So the first color is a random color for the red value. The second one is for the green value, and the third one is for the blue value. So using the color command, we're mixing these random colors together. So then what we're doing is once these colors are mixed up, we take that color and we put it into the bgcolor variable. So now I'm changing the width and the height of the crazy bubble to make it a bit bigger. And I'm saving and refreshing, and now the size of the bubble is bigger. And when I click on the canvas, it changes color. So I'm also changing the Y position to move it up the canvas a bit. So now we see that it moves up the canvas. So here we can see that the third parameter has changed. And then the fourth and fifth parameters have changed as well. Okay, so now I'm creating a new variable called h2a. And this variable is going to store the new h2 element that we're creating. I'm using the create element command to create this element. So the text that it says is, why not click on the canvas to make it change color? So it's giving directions to the user. Oh, and change the color of the crazy bubble, because it's going to look like it changes color, but technically it's swapping images. And then I save and refresh. And then I take that element and I put it into the h2a variable. And I save and refresh. Okay, so here we see the breakdown of the create element command. It uses the create element keyword. It's one word and it has to be spelled exactly like this. So it's camel case. It's called camel case. So everything's lowercase except for the E, because it's a different, it's like a different word, but it's all combined into one word basically. And so the create element command has 2 parameters. The first parameter is the element that it's creating, and the second parameter is the text that is inside that element. So here we're creating an h2 element, and the text inside it is saying, hi there. And so here we see the full text that we're using, and we're taking the element and we're putting it into the h2a variable. Okay, so here we can see what's happening visually. So we create an h2 element, and we put it inside the h2a variable. So the variable could be called anything, but h2a is a good name because it tells us that it's the first h2 element on the page.